Today we are on day 10 and we're going to harvest the Scoby. If you remember what the Scoby looked like, that is what it looks like now. There are several Scobies growing within it. I am going to put you down in the sink in the dish, which is right here where we're going to put the Scoby. That's the Scoby Hotel, and I have a second Scoby Hotel if we need it. And I just need to rinse my hands with vinegar. This is a project that you definitely, it would not harm you to invest in getting not one but 2 bottles of vinegar, because you want to stay sterile. Not sterile, but as clean as possible. Make certain you remove any jewelry. You don't want any bacteria entering your baby Scoby. I also am doing a cold brew tea in the back, so I may let this one go. I'm going to take a little bit off and may let it develop its own. Come here, baby Scoby. Oh, it's a baby, all right. Ooh. So here we go. I'm trying to get it out of the bowl. Oh. Here is our first baby Scoby. Ooh, it's a biggie. Okay, let me try and lie it down so you get a good idea. Now, for every Scoby you have to put 1 to 2 cups of the original tea. That's one Scoby. That's the brand new one. That's the baby. We had other pieces in here that were growing, like that one. But I'm going to take that one and put that one aside in this jar. I've actually saved an extra jar for this. And put that one in the jar there on the side. Oh, this is a nice one. Then we have another one down here. These are darker. I used 2 teas. I used one dark tea, and then I used oolong, and then I used green tea. So we'll go ahead and put this one aside, because this one can grow into a nice Scoby for somebody else. Although that one, quite frankly, you have to put the rough side down. Okay, so that one's in there. See what else we have in here. I don't think we grew anything else. Okay, so we still have another baby down here. I'm going to put this in the other jar for this baby. And that's it. So I thought we'd get 6, and we didn't. We managed to make 4. But the most important thing is that we had the baby, and we still have the mother. So that's good that we're going. Now I've got to make certain that we have. So this is what we have. Okay, the baby, the brand new baby. We have 2 in here that can be replanted and regrown, and then we have 1 over here, okay, and that's the mother. So we're going to start with, I'm going to put this aside. See, it's really slippery, slimy. Forgive my poor camera. And we'll take this out. This really still tastes good. You basically take a straw out, and I just grabbed a bunch from McDonald's. So when I was there, actually not McDonald's, it was a Chinese restaurant, and I was just like, can I have a bunch of straws? And they were like, yeah, no problem. So, and you put the straw in, and you taste it. It's pretty vinegary. I mean, it's not really bad, but it's somewhat. Okay, so I'm going to need 2 cups of tea in there. but these are babies. 2 cups in here and at least 2 cups in there. And I'm going to have to pour this thing. And that's where my grandmother's pitcher comes in. And I pray to God, uh-oh, there I am. Don't see me. Here we go. I pray to God my grandmother's pitcher can handle all this. And so I'm grabbing it. Oh, gosh. Hopefully it won't have an issue. Hold on a second. I apologize. Again, poor production quality here. If only I could edit. Now see, that's just, that right there is not going to do. That is nasty. That has to be completely washed out. Completely with vinegar, and it's got to be really clean. And this is nasty. I mean, nasty, nasty. So, it's a lovely jug, but just not clean enough for this project. And that's the real thing, is keeping all of this stuff clean. So, you know, 4 out of 6 is not bad. I could have let it go longer, but it was 10 days. And the majority of what I've read and I've seen is everybody says 10 days. I did make a huge batch of tea though, so maybe I should have made it go longer. But, you know, you live, you learn. And so we're going to do a secondary fermentation anyways on it. And that's a really interesting process. But right now I just need to really clean this well. And this is important. I mean, right here, honestly, it's not that big a deal to make. Kombucha, it's more of a big deal to keep the bacteria out. Honestly. That's really the goal here. Otherwise, you're just ruining your batch. So, you don't want to do that. I did have a problem when I was brewing this, and that may be why I don't have a higher yield, because I put on a heavier cloth, and it couldn't breathe as well. So just for future reference, if your Scoby is not growing, it may be because it's not getting enough air. And that's something you might want to consider when you're making kombucha. So this is a beautiful etched old piece of glassware. I just don't use it because it's really beautiful and old. Okay, so that's pretty clean. I can't rinse it back out because of the fact that I don't want chlorine to kill off my kombucha. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of place it around in a circle here, a towel, to try and nest it in so it doesn't actually move, because this is a lot of kombucha to pour. Okay? Now is the moment to see how bad I screw up, because this could really get screwed up if I don't pour this correctly. And it's a heavy container to pour. Okay, so I just want to get some kombucha in here, or at least enough, especially, okay, to start. There we go. There's a little bit. Now what's really great about this is that I need 2 cups, and this is a perfect little device for me because it actually does 2 cups. And so I need 2 cups to go in our baby Scoby. Which, if I had brewed the cold tea and it was done, because I'm doing a cold tea brew, and it was done, I could go ahead and just move the baby Scoby into the new cold tea. But I'm doing a cold brew, so it takes longer. I'm doing 2 cups in the mother. Okay, so I have 2 hotels now. And then I have 2 cups over here in the baby. Okay, so this one will probably go to a good friend, so that they can take this home. Although I could just send them home with a mason jar with kombucha in it, and they would grow their own Scoby in a matter of weeks. So it's not like the Scoby can't be grown. I'm going to put the lid on this one. This is our mother. And I'm going to make room for these in the refrigerator. And I can always put the mother back into this brew unless we run out of tea, which is entirely possible. Okay, so here we go again. And I really fear pouring because I'm always afraid I'm gonna make a mistake. Okay, so let me show you where we're at. We are at 1 jar with the mother Scoby in here, another jar with two other baby Scobies growing, this is our baby Scoby that is going in the refrigerator. All of these are going to be hoteled until I do something with all the tea. A Scoby will grow in this while I work on the second fermentation. But I don't know how much is going to be left after I'm done. And that's when we're going to move on to the second fermentation video. So thank you very much for joining me on my first kombucha making adventure. I have to say the tea is fantastic. And I'm going to put the top on this. And this will go in the fridge. And this is like Pyrex. The top is plastic, but it's Pyrex. And it's really not that hard. I think the hardest part is waiting and not messing with your Scoby and your kombucha jar. And then this is a $12 cookie jar. I mean, it's really inexpensive. And so let me go and move on to the second fermentation video and show you what I did there. Thank you so much for watching. This is JT Walters signing off to basically harvesting my Scobies for my kombucha. Have a lovely day.